Yo, this your boy Maya Marvelous. What's good, YouTube? You know, we had to get back at it again. You know, I'm trying my best to get these videos out. But apparently, it seems like when I talk about LaMelo Ball or anything that has to do with the Ball family, y'all want to watch. Ain't that some shit? Maybe I'll talk about them more often. But you know, today I'm about to talk about somebody that's probably just as, if not more controversial. And that's Steph Curry. Now, you know, pretty much I just want to debunk a few myths that, you know, people, you know, talk about when it comes to Steph Curry. You know, a lot of the shit you hear on NBA Twitter, a lot of that same bullshit that these casual fans like to put out there. And it's some of the most annoying things. So I'm going to put out all those annoying statements and I'm going to hit y'all with the facts to back it up. You feel me? All right, let's get it. So number one, this one really gets to me, that Steph Curry can't play in the 90s or the 80s or whatever. And the one thing people say is he's too small. And I'm like, really? Now, Steph Curry obviously ain't no big dude. Steph Curry's about 6'3", 6'2", 195, 190, 185, somewhere around there. You know, not necessarily a tiny dude, but not necessarily a big dude either. Do people not know who played in the 90s? In the 80s? Do people forget small guards? When I say small guards, I mean smaller than Steph guards had all-star caliber seasons in the 90s. If you don't believe me, I'll name a few. Damon Stoudemire, John Stockton, Kevin Johnson, Avery Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, Kenny Anderson, Michael Adams, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Isaiah Thomas. You feel me? All those guards are smaller than Steph. All of them. And I'll throw in Allen Iverson and Stephon Marbury just for shits and giggles. But all them guards are smaller than Steph. There's only a couple of those guards who you would even have a debate with about them being better than Steph. And I know I missed a few. Mark Price, Sherman Douglas maybe. You know, I'm sure I'm missing some more, but you know, y'all can drop them in the comments if y'all want. But y'all really gonna, Rod Strickland, that's who I was thinking of. But y'all really gonna try to tell me that those guys could have great seasons in the 90s, but Steph Curry would just be an average player? Is y'all fucking serious? And another thing about this 80s, 90s bullshit. People talking about hand checking. Steph Curry would be hand checked to death. Okay, here's one thing that Gilbert Arenas pointed out in his podcast. When you have great handles and you're attacking north-south, the hand check doesn't matter. When you can attack somebody and you have great handles, the hand check doesn't mean shit. You could hand check someone like Mark Jackson because Mark Jackson dribbled with his back to the basket. You can hand check somebody like John Stockton because John Stockton wasn't necessarily always dribbling to attack. But when you watch Tim Hardaway and Allen Iverson and Jason Williams, when you watch those guys play, you couldn't hand check them because their handles was too good and they were coming at you. It's hard to hand check someone coming at you. You know, I need people to realize that Steph has some of the greatest handles we have ever seen. Steph has an incredible shot. Yeah, Steph would have been shooting that shot in the 90s. You know why? Because people never seen it before. The game evolves. The game evolves. Steph would have been something special in the 80s and the 90s. Would he be a two-time MVP? Probably not. But he'd still probably be the best point guard in the league. Now, another point. Now, this is the most casual thing you can all say. All he can do is shoot. The fact people still say that really bothers me. All he can do is shoot. Like, now, there are times where Steph Curry takes a three unnecessarily, and sometimes he forces a jump shot, but who doesn't? I've seen the greatest scorers in NBA history settle for jump shots when they probably could have attacked the basket. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Steph Curry forced a jump shot. Oh, fucking well. Take away his three-pointer, that's all he can do. Man, shut the fuck up. First of all, even if he's not hitting from three, he can turn into a facilitator. He has great vision. He can make all the passes with his left hand or his right hand. You know what I'm saying? He has the same flair that Steve Nash has in his passes. The difference is Steph Curry likes to score, but he can facilitate. He can handle the rock. He can make plays for other guys. He makes other guys better. He can finish around the basket. Nah, he not dunking on nobody. But, dude, like, how many circus layups do we got to see from Steph Curry for us to realize that he can finish around the basket? Kyrie's probably the best finisher, like non-dunk finisher that I've ever seen. But Steph and Rod Strickland are like right there with Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? In terms of non-dunk finishes. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are right there. As far as I'm concerned. All he can do is shoot. You know what I'm saying? Just leave that to when you're playing against casual 12-year-olds on 2K. Because that's what they do with Steph Curry. All they do is shoot. The guys who all they can do is shoot? Kyle Korver, Jason Kapono, Steve Novak, Matt Bonner. Those are the guys where all you can do is shoot. I never once seen any one of those guys give somebody a move and attack the basket. Never seen it. So if you want to associate all you can shoot, then at least do it with the right guys. Do it with the 3-point specialists who do nothing but come off screens or stand in the corner. That is not Steph Curry. Come on, yo. And now this last part is kind of these last two is going to kind of intertwine with each other. So basically, this myth that Steph doesn't perform well in the playoffs. Okay. First of all, the dude averages like 25, 26 points in the playoffs for his career. He averages 25 points in the finals. Steph Curry has gone for over 30 points 39 times in the playoffs. That's a nice little number. Not many guys have more than that in the NBA currently. You know what I'm saying? So Steph Curry does show up, and if you want a few games, you can literally look him up. One in particular is when he had 40 points and 17 points in overtime, most points ever in an overtime game. And that's just one off the top of my head. Game 7 versus OKC. Steph motherfucking went nuts. You know what I'm saying? I can literally name games off the top of my head. Game 3? Game 3 versus the Pelicans when he hit that ridiculous shot at the end. And that's another thing. People would like to say he's not clutch. Now, I know I've seen the stats. Steph Curry is 0 for 8 and go-ahead field goals with 24 seconds left. Okay. And what about shots that tie the game? What about shots when you're down and you need a bucket to stay in the game? What about go-ahead shots that happen at 25 seconds? What about dagger shots you need to put the game away? What about shots you need when you're trying to bring your team back from a deficit? There's more to clutch than just the game, than just a go-ahead shot. There's other metrics of clutch. Now, yes, he's missed those shots in that metric. But to say he's not clutch, and this dude went 3 years without missing a free throw in the fourth quarter of an NBA Finals? Come on, bro. This is a joke, man. To say he's not clutch is just ridiculous. But now, there's a two-part to this one. One thing is about his playoffs performances, but the other is about this whole notion that Klay Thompson always saves Steph Curry. Now, I'll admit, Klay Thompson has had some good playoff games. He's supposed to. He's an all-NBA, all-star type of player. But to act like Klay Thompson is better than Steph Curry or is on Steph Curry's level, y'all need to stop it. I'm going to put this into perspective for y'all. Steph Curry has had 30 points in the playoffs 39 times. You know how many times Klay Thompson has had 30 points in the playoffs? 12. Steph Curry has scored under 20 points 21 times in his playoff career. You know how many times Klay Thompson has scored under 20 points? 61. So don't be trying to tell me that Klay is this big-time playoff performer, but Steph Curry always chokes. And everybody loves to remember that big Game 6 against OKC. where Klay dropped 40 and hit 11 threes. And they're like, oh, he saved Steph Curry. Bruh, do you realize Steph Curry had 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists? And when the game was on the line, when they wanted to put the game away, who took the shot? Steph Curry took the shot. That floater over Ibaka. And then when they needed a steal, who got the steal? Steph Curry got the steal. Who made the free throws? Stephen Curry. I'm not saying Klay is a bad playoff performer. I'm not saying Klay is a bad player. All I'm saying is that y'all need to put some respect on Steph Curry and his playoff performances. And y'all need to stop acting like he not clutch because of some stupid ass metric you saw and him missing a game winning shot in the fucking finals. So what? That's not the only way to judge clutch. And just because Klay has a big game doesn't mean Steph didn't have a big game. When Steph has a bad game, that's all people remember. Steph had a couple atrocious games. That game against what was it? That game against Houston where he missed the dunk. Was that Houston? Yeah. That game against Houston where he missed the dunk. And that game against and that game in the finals in 2015 when he shot 4 for 20. I know there's a couple more games where he was pretty bad. Game 7 of the 2016 finals. Klay was bad too. You know what I'm saying? They don't remember Klay being bad. Like in the 2015 finals, Klay averaged 15 points, but shot just 30% from 3. That's terrible. But nobody remembers that. They only remember when Steph plays bad. But alright, you just keep that same energy, you know what I'm saying? If you want to put them on the same level, treat them like they're on the same level. 39 30-point games to 12 30-point games. 21 under 20-point games to 61 under 20-point games. Just remember that. But if y'all still here, I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all if y'all stayed through and watched this video. If y'all can like, comment, subscribe, I appreciate it. I don't really got that many followers, but I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm just hoping I can get y'all support, man. You know what I'm saying? Share the video. Just help brother out, man. I'm gonna keep trying to put out content. Just because I love doing this. When I get some better equipment and I get some more time off this truck, these videos will be a lot better quality. But until then, I gotta just keep doing this bullshit on my phone. So y'all have a blessed day. Be easy.